Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. If we've not met before, I'm Jay and welcome to today's MoMo. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, what's a MoMo? MoMo means Motivational Monday, a motivational moment, or you could just think of it as a motivational message. Today's MoMo is something that I've been thinking about a lot because it's something that's kind of ruled me for a very long time. So today's MoMo is dedicated to anyone who's ever failed at a diet or health program or workout program, workout routine. And actually failure, and what I'm going to talk about, can be applied to anyone who's ever failed at anything. Now, I started thinking about this because while I was in London last week, I went out to team dinner and ordered my steak and whatever, and it came covered in like a barbecue sauce. It was 9 o'clock, I was starving, I scraped off the sauce and I ate it, and then I was just thinking, oh my gosh, this is the beginning of that slippery slope downwards to kind of cheating. And true to form, what I did was I went on a big old bender. Over the next 2 days I ate sugar, I ate in the form of like a chocolate mousse, and then I ate some pasta. And although it only lasted kind of a 24-48 hour window, oh yeah, and I had potatoes at my aunt's house. Anyway, although it only lasted for that kind of 24 to 48 hour window, there was a big part of me that was petrified because I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the beginning of the end. This is, where I always let myself down. I have failed. Oh no, this is another failed diet. And I very, very quickly just got into that kind of freaking out, what the hell, I might as well just, go full throttle and just go for it and eat my heart out. Thankfully, I caught myself, I'm back on the wagon. I got back into my flat, got back into my routine, and everything is fine. But really this got me thinking about yo-yo diets, and for all of us who's ever dieted or tried like a health program and not made it to the end. So the first thing I want to say is, if you failed, congratulations. And not congratulations for failing, but congratulations for trying. Because I think often the hardest thing to do is actually to make that first step and actually, get out there and try. I have done it all from the Cambridge diet, which is just shakes, Lighter Life, which again is just shakes and just, you're having your powder in water, you're having like about 500 calories a day. I have done just salad, I've done no carb, I've done every single diet under the sun basically, and I've actually just made peace with the fact that, I just have to stick with and do what works for me. And if you've been watching my videos, you've seen that I've tweaked certain things, I've changed certain things, I've incorporated exercise, I've tried new things, because essentially what I've realized is it's not one size fits all. What might work for someone else might love Weight Watchers, might not necessarily work for me. So I'm trying to tweak it and play with it and get to a place where I'm happy with where I'm at. But what I wanted to say to you about failure is, most people don't realize this, but actually success is often built on failure. Now, what I mean by that is, there's the saying that you learn from your mistakes. I have had businesses in the past. So my first ever kind of business venture was with two friends. We went into it, and they're still my best friends, some of my best friends to this day. But actually, we spent so much time and so much effort on that project. The returns were actually pretty feeble. But when I launched my next business, I actually knew the what to do's and the what not to do's. So that actually set me up. That initial failure set me up to actually understand what not to do next time round. And I think the same can be applied of a weight loss program or a fitness program. Like I said, I know where my pressure points are or where the weak spots are. When I'm in the zone, I try to avoid going to people's houses, because you go and visit someone and they're having pizza and they offer you dinner, or maybe they've invited you round for dinner, and you kind of don't want to impose and say, oh, I'm not really eating potatoes or whatever it is. And sometimes, people will just eat or whatever to save face. And so now I know if I'm on a healthy eating program, I'll eat in my house. and then I'll come and visit you, so that I'm not going to be tempted to eat things that I'm not meant to be eating. By, pigging out when I'm hungry, I know that I shouldn't let myself get to that point of getting super, super hungry. So only by failing can you kind of figure out where those weaknesses are, where the chinks in the armor are, and then you can figure out how to kind of get better and not make the same mistakes and fall into those same traps again. The next thing I'll say to you is, if you've cheated on a diet or you've fallen off the wagon with a big fat thump, you know what, it's okay. Just have a moment of reflection. So like I said, I know what my triggers are, and I know what the things to avoid are. So things like, big parties and stuff, I know I'll eat before I go. I'll fill up on plenty of water. I have my techniques, and that reflection actually helps you to think, okay, what was my trigger, or what did cause me to just go off? Are you an emotional eater? If you are, you've got to find other ways of dealing with those emotions and that frustration, Are you someone who eats all the time? So for me and my sisters, we have this joke that, in my family, we always eat. We eat when we're happy. Something good happens, we meet up, we eat. Something bad happens, we meet up, we eat. So I know where my triggers are. But what I say to you is sit down, reflect, think about where you went wrong, and then also think about what else you can do next time so you don't fall into that same trap. The next thing I want to do, or the next thing I want to say is, if you do, fall off the wagon, cheat, whatever, own it. And own it completely. So, when I ate that steak covered in that barbecue sauce or whatever, it was a conscious thing. I said to myself, okay, it's here. I'm going to eat it. But I'm not going to kill myself over it. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to eat it. I'm going to own it and say, look, this is something I've done. It's not like I slipped and fell into a bowl of pudding. I owned it and I rectified it. So, don't cheat or fall off the wagon or, lapse and not work out or whatever and then just mope and moan about it. Own it. You didn't do that workout. You ate what you weren't meant to do. Fair enough. Own it. We're going to own it. We're going to reflect on it. And then the next thing you need to do is let it go. It's done. It's done and dusted. So just the same way that one salad is not going to make you thin, one burger is not going to make you fat, right? So the issue actually arises when you're kind of repeat offending and you develop this pattern of kind of unhealthy behavior. So own it. Yes, I ate barbecue steak and potatoes and a chocolate pudding and I wasn't meant to, but guess what? I'm back on my healthy eating program. I've lost more weight. I'm back to working out and it's fine. It was 48 hours of my life. I'm not going to die and I'm not going to beat myself up over it, because guess what? No one is perfect. And actually the people who achieve amazing things are those people who've been knocked back down and managed to get back up. The last thing I want to say to you, because I don't want to rant, is, failure is a natural part of life, but what I would say to you is just be childlike in all of your endeavors. Children have a natural curiosity, they have a natural fearlessness, and I think sometimes we need to channel that, because women especially, I was reading an article recently that was saying that women are actually more prone to kind of fear and that fear of failure, and that's because allegedly we're programmed from a very young age to please, whether it's pleasing your parents or pleasing a partner, and so I think we kind of wear it slightly differently, not to use that as an excuse, but what I'll say is be childlike, be fearless, and just try and have that kind of get up and go spirit that kids have and get on with it. So as I said in some of my previous videos, you need to just be committed, and commitment only accepts results, as I said. So you fell off the wagon, you slipped up, no big deal. Get up, get going, and keep moving forward. I hope this MoMo has helped someone. If you haven't, please like, please comment, please subscribe. Let me know what you think of the MoMos, and let me know if there's any other topics that you guys want to talk about. I hope my video or this video finds you well, and I'll see you guys with the next MoMo. Bye guys, have a good week.